Hello and welcome to Norwal Farm. Michael Walsh with Roger Norgel here. The weather has moderated. It's in the 30s today, kind of breezy, but taking advantage of this weather, had to shift some gates around in anticipation of moving the ewes down to the shed, and we're changing the nutrition on the does. They're due to kid in about 4 or 5 weeks, so we're going to be changing some nutrition around. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, ring the notification bell so that you're notified of any new videos. Hit the like button and share this video with a friend and leave us a comment if you would. We're just a little over a month away from the does being due to kid, and you can see we've got there's 14 bales left down there, and that's where we started on the second batch, so there were 38. So they're eating about a bale a day. So it's good hay, it's very good hay, except it's not as good as what we're feeding the pregnant ewes and nursing ewes. So the last month before they have their kids, we're going to put them on that hay. So we're going to start that today. So one bale feeds the rams and the ewe lambs, and then the doelings and the Dorper ewes and the llama over here. So one bale a day. So we've got 2 weeks left there, and then we'll start everybody on the alfalfa hay. I've got some left in here, and the supplier I get this from has some more, so we've got a little over 5 bales left here, and this is all small bales, which we'll save that for the lambs for the creep. That way we don't have to try to mess with the big bale for them, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us through on the first group till they're ready to go to market. If not, we can get some more from him. But we're going to start the does on this alfalfa hay today and continue them on their grain. So we'll get that down there to them today. 2 slabs of that should be enough for 8 does. So we'll start out on that today. 8 does, they should get about 40 pounds of hay a day. So we'll start with that, see how it goes, and we'll adjust accordingly. The temperature has moderated. It's in the mid to upper teens today, and there's not as much wind, so it's good temperature and weather for them to eat out of the hay rack. I put it in there yesterday, and they pretty well had it all cleaned up, so they're catching on to pulling it out of the hay rack, and they can get plenty to eat that way. So the does have this better alfalfa hay now, which they're really loving that, I'm sure. And just pull out big mouthfuls of that. But they're in their last month of pregnancy, so those kids are going to do quite a bit of growing, and from the size of the bellies, I think we're going to have quite a few babies again this year. Hopefully not as many triplets. We had 6 sets of triplets last year. I'd prefer not to have that and just have everybody have twins. Those doelings over there crying, they're in heat today, which is good. Those are the ones that might have been bred by their fathers, so they're feeling good, but they're standing off and crying, and that's what they do when they're in heat. Ewe lambs are looking great. Really pleased with how they're coming along, and they're using the hay feeder well. There's a couple chunks that were pretty heavy and frozen, so from yesterday, and I just threw those out on the ground, and they go through that pretty well. But if you look, we're starting to see some bellies on these guys. Suffolks. Look how on their underline it kind of curves down there right in front of their hind legs. Same thing on the Ile-de-France ewes. I don't know if I can show you any here or not. That one standing on her hind legs, you can kind of see her bulge there too. So that's good. Got a really good conception on those this year. Both those ewes there, you can see the bellies on those. So we're feeding them well. We're giving plenty of good hay, and they're getting about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of grain a day, and that'll help them continue to grow, plus the lambs will grow. It won't stunt their growth. But really pleased with the way they're looking. These are due the end of March, and then the first week to 10 days of April. So we got 2 more weeks on the baleage, and then we're going to switch everybody over to the really good alfalfa hay, and that'll increase the nutritional value for them when they need it. And before long, we'll be having baby lambs out of these girls. 2 water heaters in here. They're still in this tank, or tank heaters. It's really cold weather. This kept freezing. And so it's moderated now outside. It's 17 degrees outside, and in here it's 24. So I'm going to take this one out because the tank down at the shed, it's been freezing. It's a different type of heater. It floats on the surface, and so it doesn't heat the water down below as well. So I'm going to take one of these down out of here and put it in the tank down there and have 2 heaters down there, because the last couple of mornings it's been frozen over. There's a little hole where they can drink water, but I want it to be more open. Got the red one over there that floats on the top, and you can see it's not frozen there, but it's starting to freeze over here. So we dropped this gray one in, and this down at the bottom. So that's going to warm up this end on the bottom. So that should work and keep this from freezing over, because we've got close to 30 animals drinking off this, including the dogs and the llama. So they drink quite a bit of water each day. So this should work. Everybody's doing well. Yesterday was Champagne and Charm's first birthday, and I noticed today that Charm is in season. So we plan on breeding her next time, which will probably be in the fall. And then she'll have some winter puppies. But year-old yesterday, so lots happened in the past year. It's in the mid to upper 20s. Opened the barn door today since it's a little warmer and the sun shining in. The lambs are absolutely loving the sunshine. That's a set of twins, and that's their mom standing beside them. We just let them out of the bonding pen this morning, and so they're doing well. They've learned to follow mom, and they're sticking together, so that's good. 14 is over in the corner there. She's due tomorrow. And then we have one that's due on February the 1st. And then we have 4 that are due on February the 8th. So we'll get a little break here once 14 has her lambs. Interesting observation. The ewes with the lambs are kind of hanging together. Before I let the twins out, the Jacob ewe often would be by herself with her lamb. Now this ewe over here is at the hay feeder, but you notice the rest of them are just kind of away from the ewes with lambs. So just an interesting observation. I don't know if there's any specific reason for it. I know that when a ewe goes into labor, generally the other ewes move away from her. So maybe that's just part of flock behavior. I don't know. Twins just seem a little hungry. They nurse a lot. I'm not sure she's fully come to her milk. She's got some milk. So I'm going to offer them a bottle just to top them off. And if they're hungry, they'll take it. This lamb here especially, to me, looks a little thin. I offered it to this one, and he actually took 8 ounces. So, yeah, they're a little hungry. So I'm going to go mix up some more and offer this one some. Good milk stool there. I think she's just a little slow coming to her milk, so we'll just top her babies off once or twice a day. The second twin took about 5 ounces, so that's good. We'll just top them off, and I'm pretty sure she's going to come to her milk. Like I said, she had the vaginal prolapse. Not sure if that affected her or not, but she's eating good, and she's being a good mom. So hopefully she comes to her milk, and we don't have to supplement them too long. Last year we had a set of twins that the mom was sick to begin with, and we supplemented them for maybe a week or 2, but they went on and did fine. So, but they took the bottle readily, so that tells me they're hungry. As I said, the weather's modified. It's 37 degrees in the barn now, so that's a welcome change. And with that barn door open, lambs laying in the sun, I'm sure it's probably in the 40s where they're laying. So welcome relief from the cold weather. Taking advantage of the warmer weather today, we had to take the handling system down, stacked it there, and then I put some of it inside the scales. This pen over here, this will be where the ewes and lambs come down from the main barn. And there's 2 more gates there, and then that red gate. And we'll just come straight out this way and then straight over to the automatic water. We might, depending on the length we got, we might even come down a little further, give them a little more space, maybe over to this post. That way, using lands will have that water. Then we'll put a water tank with a heater over here for the ewe lambs. This will be plenty big enough for the 9 ewes and their lambs, and I can set up a creep station back there in that little corner for them. Get them started on grain and hay. We'll get that set up and start bringing them down. I'm going to bring the first group down the 9th of February. But they'll be, well, the oldest ones will be 2 weeks old then, so they should be old enough to come down here. It's number 14 in the corner, and remember I said a few videos ago how they kind of sink in right there in front of the hip. So she's kind of sunken in today. If you look at this ewe here, she's nice and round, whereas she's kind of sunken in there. She's due tomorrow, so we'll watch her today. No signs of labor yet. She ate this morning, but I wouldn't be surprised what she maybe goes into labor later today or this evening. Have her lambs tonight or tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on her. Those twins are much happier. That one's going to lay down and take a nap in the sun right next to the other one. This one's still nursing a bit. He's not full yet. His belly hasn't, or brain hasn't caught up with his belly yet, but they both nursed really well. Acting fine, good stools. So they're enjoying the sunshine today.